Well, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Studio Series Bumblebee Shockwave figure. Alright, before we get to the figure itself, let's move it out of the way. Let's look at the box here. So, it's got the regular Studio Series stuff on it, you know, Studio Series 110, which is crazy. A little Decepticon insignia there. Turn it around, we get a side profile of the figure, which is pretty neat. On the back, as you can see there, we got a little product image of Shockwave in its alt mode, which I've not transformed him into yet. I will in this video later. At the top, you can see that it's from Transformers Bumblebee. And you can see that on that part of the box too. The Takara Tommy Generations Transformers. Another side profile of the CGI model, which just looks beautiful here. And of course, you can see the little CGI model right there on the box. Okay, now whenever we actually open up the box, because there is actually something in here, we get this thing, useless, and the instructions, which I used to think were useless, but honestly they're not that useless really at all. We'll be adding this to my collection of instructions. So, there's that. Alright. The box also came with, like all Studio Series figures, a backdrop for you to display them on. Like all the Bumblebee figures, it's this part and like this on Cybertron. Well, not all Bumblebee figures, because, you know, some Bumblebees come with different backdrops. But like most Bumblebee figures, it comes with this backdrop. As you can see, Studio Series 110 on there. Back of the backdrop is just cardboard. So yeah, pretty standard box and backdrop. Nothing too crazy there. Alright, now let's get to the actual figure himself. Here is Shockwave. As you can see, he doesn't have his gun in hand right now. But all the details are here. Like, I want to point out, like, this little detail. I don't know if you can see it too well on camera, but they did, like, the pre-added weathering effect on the thighs, and they also did it right here, and, like, the little shoulder parts. It's harder to see it here. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of this when it comes to the Siege figures, but here I think it actually works really well, because it's added very faintly, and it's, like, not a, like, big distraction, and it looks way more natural than it does in those figures. So, overall, good job, Hasbro. This whole new pre-weathering effect works so much better. I'm very glad that you improved that. As for the accessories this figure comes with, obviously, you have the gun thing, you know, which... Ow. Okay. What I was trying to show you is this thing comes down. So, you know, you can have him hold it. I said have him hold it like this if you want to. Looks kind of funny, but not too funny. And also, it comes with this really cool cable attachment, like in the movie, which I just think is such a neat accessory. Like, yeah, it makes sense that he came with it, but I genuinely feel like Hasbro could have gotten away with not including it, but they didn't. So, again, good job on that, Hasbro. Now, in order to attach his gun to his hand, there's actually a little thing you have to do. Because, yeah, you can't just have him, like, hold it. I said, hold on. You can just have him hold it like this, but that doesn't look too good. So, if you want to have it like in the movie, like the CGI model looks like, what you got to do is you got to take this part of the gun, flip it down, then take his hand here, have it come out like that, turn the fist, put it in like that, close it, and then you can take your gun here, and you can attach it. See this little peg right here? You're gonna take the peg in here, and you're gonna put it on just like that. Okay? After that, if you're gonna want to plug in the cable, so you just gotta turn the figure around, which the back of the figure does not look good. Let's just ignore that. You're going to want to plug it in. You're going to want to plug it in right here in the back, just like so. And then you're going to want to plug it into here. And now you got the gun, but it's facing sideways, and it's not supposed to be facing like that. So we just got to turn his hand like this, and now it's facing the correct direction. So now Shockwave has his gun. And if you're wondering, you can, if you take it off, and then you can take it off, you put his hand back like normal, and you can do the same thing on the other side of the figure as well. So let's just do the same thing. Should be fairly easy, since I said should be fairly easy. Stupid. I said. Oh my gosh. Okay, there. Just take the cable out. You gotta plug it in. Just like so. Alright, there. And now the gun is on the other side. So yes, you can do it on both sides. But I'm gonna stick to the left side. I'm gonna do that all again, because the left side is how they show it in the product images, and that's also how it is in the movie. But if you want to have it on the right side for some reason, you can do that. So it's not just only able to be on one side. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, this cord accessory is really neat, honestly. I feel like you could even use it for like the psychic cord patch thing that Shockwave used in Transformers Prime. I feel like it could double as that. But I'm going to stick to having the gun in this hand. That's probably how he's going to be displayed. So, yeah, that's how you get the gun on there. So this figure, like, the sculpt is amazing. Like, genuinely. Like, Studio Series continues to make amazing figures, and their sculpts are just fantastic. Like, I think that this looks just so close to, like, the movie, the Bumblebee movie. Like I was saying, this looks very close to the Bumblebee movie and how Shockwave is depicted in that film. And the sculpt is just fantastic. You got the thighs, like that. You know. Also, I don't know how to show this, but the eye there is actually translucent plastic. So if you put it up to a light source, it'll make the eye look like it's glowing, which is a really cool detail. And it's not very distracting, like the translucent part. Hold on, focus. There. The translucent part, as you can see, it's pretty little, so it's not like a big distraction at all. But that's pretty neat. Also, you get some translucent plastic here in like the windshield, which kind of mixed on. But I still think it looks good. But in terms of how this figure looks, it's fantastic. Like, again, good job, Hasbro. I think that this is one of Studio Series' best figures, at least that I own. And I love Studio Series, man. Like, especially their 86 line, which I gotta review some figures for at some point in time. So as for articulation, this figure he can bend his knees, can move this part and back and forth. Crap, this freaking cord. He can move his arms up and down, swivel at the hand, and move this. He can do that, the elbow joint. His head moves side to side. He cannot look up very much at all, which is unfortunate. But still, overall, some pretty good articulation. Can do that. He can bend and face down. So their articulation on this figure is pretty good. Overall, just in the robot mode, I'd give this figure a solid 9 out of 10. a fantastic figure, and I don't have really any complaints, if I'm being honest. Well, I do have a little nitpick. Now, this is just an issue on my figure. It's not an issue at all. It's just a quality control thing. But sometimes whenever I'm messing around with the figure and I'm twisting his right arm here a lot, it'll just pop off. I mean, I can put it back on. It's not a big deal, but that is something that it is a problem my figure has. And the back looks really ugly, but you're not going to be looking at the back, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, I'd give it like an 8 out of 10. Those little nitpicks kind of hold it back, but it's a great figure. Definitely pick it up. So let's go into some comparisons now. Alright, so for the first comparison, here he is next to my old Shockwave. And I do not know what line this guy is from. If you are watching this video and you know what it is, like what line is from, please drop put a comment below telling me what it's from, because I want to know how to transform this guy, but I can't find out how to do it on my own. It didn't come with any instructions. I bought him loose, and I can't find any videos on the internet on him. So, you know, if you know what line this figure is from, please drop a comment below telling me where. I would really like that. But yeah, this figure is a major upgrade from my old one here, who couldn't even bend his knees. Yeah. And he couldn't turn his arms there, which I found him at a local toy store around my area, and he was like $10-15, and I picked him up because I didn't have a Shockwave at the time, and I was like, hey, at least one Shockwave is better than no Shockwave. I might end up selling him at some point. I don't know. Not yet, but maybe at some point. Here he is next to the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Thrust, which you might recognize from my stop motion that he was in. If you haven't seen, go check it out. I spent a little bit of time working on it. I'm very proud of it. So if you would check that out, that would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, here he is next to him. Here he is next to the Studio Series Bumblebee movie Cash Cow with the faceplate on. I think there's a non-faceplate version. The only Bumblebee in my collection, because I don't really care to get any others. Here he is next to the Studio Series 86 Coronation Starscream figure, which is just an amazing figure. Like, some great accessories, like the throne accessory. This is just reasons why I love Studio Series so much. The only thing that hinders the figure is the limited amount of articulation in the hands. But yeah, here he is next to him. Here he is next to the War for Cybertron Siege, my Megatron War for Cybertron Siege figure. So that's pretty neat. Here he is next to the Studio Series 86 Sludge figure. Yeah, this is Sludge, right? Another great figure by Studio Series. Like, Studio Series is just the GOAT, man. So many great figures. Here he is next to a much smaller figure. This is Orion Pax from the Heroes Born 2-pack that also came with Alpha Trion. Yeah, it is just a retool of Cup, but a very good retool, as I might add. Like, seriously, there's a lot of changes that they made to the Cup mold, and I think that it just fits Orion Pax well. So, you know, for a retool, they did pretty well. Like, good job, Hasbro, again. Thumbs up to Hasbro. I feel like they've been making a lot of good decisions with Transformers lately. I can't say the same for Marvel Legends. Oh. And finally, for the last comparison, here he is for poops and giggles next to the Dorito from Bayverse. Yes, I am aware this is Starscream, but no, he's called the Dorito, okay? So, yeah, that's pretty much it for comparisons. I transformed him, and this is what he transforms into. Overall, it's like it's an alright vehicle mode. It's a cool looking tank, but he definitely looks better in robot mode, and that's definitely the way that I'm going to display him. I don't really like how much the cord, like the cable, is incorporated into it. The gun looks cool though, honestly. The gun looks really neat. But that is the... Oh yeah, I forgot. It can kind of roll. Kinda. But that's the vehicle mode. So, yeah. I need to add the instructions here to my Transformers instruction collection. It's right here. Here are the Studio Series ones, and it is going to go all the way in the back because they are in numbered order. So, final thoughts. Overall, this figure is great. I'd really recommend it. If you can find it for a pretty reasonable price, definitely pick it up. I found mine at Target for only $30, which is much better than the online retailer price, which is $35 plus, the minimum shipping, which if you're looking on Big Bad Toy Store is $4, which would mean this figure would come around to about $40 if you're ordering him alone. So, yeah. If you can find them at, like, Target or Walmart or something, and he's only $30 there, definitely pick him up. I highly recommend this figure. Like, if you need a much better Shockwave or you don't have a Shockwave, this is by far the best one you can get on the market right now. It's pretty affordable. It's just a great figure in general. And, like, even this cable accessory is just amazing, man. Like... I feel like I definitely will be using this cable accessory for something else in the future because it's just really cool. So, this figure, I highly recommend it. If you can find it, go pick it up. If you can't find it, that sucks, but maybe try ordering it online. But get it while it's still in the stores because if you don't, it will become more expensive, and that always sucks when that happens. But, Studio Series, thank you so much for actually making a, full 6-7 inches, I don't know how tall this guy is, figure of Shockwave. We've been wanting this for so long. We just had the core class, and we finally got it. So thank you so much, Studio Series, for making this. Honestly, thank you. This is just great. It's a great figure. Hasbro, you cooked. You cooked, Hasbro. Alright? I'll let you cook whenever it comes to Transformers. And you guys did cook. So, get this figure. It's really good. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. Make sure to watch all my other videos. I've worked pretty hard on all those stop motions I've made. Make sure to check out my previous videos that I did talking about the Transformers Reactivate figures. And, if this video does well, or even if it doesn't, I will definitely do more reviews like this. So, bye guys. Thank you for watching.